Okay, so I got this Hiren's boot disc, and this is a Dell, and I'm copying some files because I have several of these Dells I acquired from like a county recycling fair or whatever, and so basically this is the Hiren's boot disc. So this is the 2023 Hiren's boot disc. Doesn't say on it, but basically it's something. If they're on eBay, you can buy them for like $20 or something, $15, something like that. Anyway, it had a Macrin Reflect copier, which it didn't actually work. For some reason, it just didn't work. It may have to go online and try and grab the files online, but this computer's not going online. The original operating system is a Windows XP. It's only 160, is it 160 or 120? Yeah, 160 drive. And I'm copying it onto a solid state drive. I'm going to be a little bit quicker. I actually got this USB docking station from eBay as well, and it requires a separate power supply. It's plugged into my cord there, and it's running fairly quickly. I'm surprised. It copies it sector by sector. It's a lazy soft, this clone wizard, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I have tried to use Clonezilla, which is very popular free software, and Clonezilla is not real clear to me. I have also used Acronis True Image. So the Acronis True Image, I like Acronis because it's fairly easy to use, as taught on it. I've used it several times, but the thing is that Acronis True Image, they basically want you to pay an update every year for it. So, and the way to test this basically is once you get the drive copied, you'll pull the hard drive out of the original machine and then pop it in. So the drive that you've copied, this drive that you've copied, you pull the drive out of the computer and then put the drive in that you've copied, and then it should come right up. It may require some drivers that may not. My goal is basically to copy this program that's on here, put it all on SSD, and I have several of these types of computers, and I'm going to be putting them on these computers and selling the computers. So you ideally would want to have a computer with the same processor, like this one's an i5, and ideally the same type of computer. Okay, so that's we got complete. So it came up with this warning. It says please disconnect either the original drive or the USB connected external drive. The computer may attempt to boot on both hard drives and crash, and then so definitely want to disconnect one of the drives. Easily enough, it'd be the external drive that you clone to. Okay, so here it is. Here's the new hard drive in there. It came up quite a bit quicker. And it's saying that there's no drivers for a certain piece of hardware. And so I purposely did not put any, I did not try and add drivers in case I want to clone this onto another machine. Because what happens is if you have a big driver conflict when you clone your software over to another machine, then whatever, the older versions of Windows tends to blue screen, and it might be tricky to fix it. So in order to fix it, basically you'd want to try and boot into safe mode and then remove any of the conflicting hardware. And if you can boot into safe mode, you might not be able to boot into safe mode if you're getting a blue screen. So that's just kind of a little bit of a workaround if you can figure it out. So basically, you want to go to My Computer and then right click, and then you go to Manage, and then we go here to Device Manager, and here we see wireless. Okay, so we have a wireless problem, but we're not really worried about that. We can probably just turn the wireless crap off. On this computer, I don't go online with it. It's basically a biofeedback computer, and so I just want to use the software that's on it and do it that way. So this here Broadcom USH, I'm not sure what that is. Dell Wireless Mini Card. Okay, so this stuff here we can take off. You can just this one here we can just uninstall. We can uninstall it or disable it. Okay, so I'm not gonna disable it at this point just for the heck of it, but basically what happens is every time you start it up, it may try and load these again. So I'm not gonna mess with it, I'm just giving you the idea. So here it's a newfound hardware wireless mini card. So that's the conflict right there. And then we got some other ones here. Contacted smart card reader. Oh, okay, it does have I believe it has an SD card. SD card, yeah, it does. So it has a SD card reader. So, you know, I could probably, because I've got a driver disk that I use. It's got universal drivers, you know, and we can put drivers in it that way as well if we want. Thing is, if I clone this to another machine, then we got all these drivers that we don't need if it's a different machine. So, and then I was going to use this. Okay, so this is going to say, oh, we got problems, because it's not finding the hardware, right? You don't have the drivers for that, and we're not going to load them because we might want to clone this onto another drive. I had this mini tool, Petition Wizard mini tool, and then it came up with this procedure entry point, get logical processor information cannot be located. So that mini tool, Petition Wizard, did not work. Neither did the Mac ring reflect. Windows has finished installing new devices. Okay, we're not going to restart this because I'm just going to show you some of the stuff I've got on this. So I've got this Revo installer. It's a good program. It's an older version. You see how quick that came out? A lot quicker than that old mechanical drive. Anyway, so it does a thorough deinstallation. It's fairly easy to use. You just click what you want to uninstall and go through the motions. Basically, yeah, it does a real thorough job of deleting all the remaining files. So, and then I also have this one here. This is it's the audio oscillator. So it's like a ripe therapy thing. So it has 10 frequencies. You can put in 10 separate frequencies, and you can run the therapy through the headphones or whatever you want to do, right? Or you could run it loudspeaker. Anyway, so what else do I have that I want to show you? That's about it for now. Yeah. Okay, one more quick note. If you're running software and you want to make it faster, you put in a SSD, you bump up the RAM, and the software is designed to run at a certain speed. So if you increase the hardware capability and the software is not designed to run any faster than normal, then bumping up the hardware is not going to solve any problems. It's not going to make the software run any faster, basically. So basically, the software can only run at a certain speed, no matter how much RAM you put in it, or what speed hard drive you put in it. Software is designed to run at a certain speed, and it'll only run at that speed. And so if you think you're going to make your computer run a lot faster and your software is not designed to run that fast, well, that's what happens. It won't run fast.